So I've been given word that there's going to be migrants housed in this little town that I'm in, Newcastle, in the north of Ireland. Some of you will know it's a little seaside resort, a little holiday resort for people to come to. It has lots of caravans, lots of people come here and visit. It's a beautiful little town. Anybody that's visiting here up north, definitely visit Newcastle. It's got a massive hotel, the Sleeve Donard Hotel. It's got lots of other little hotels, but it's good culture, very, very good culture. The nightlife, the crack is brilliant up here. I've always came and drank here. Um, and I've came here today for a bit of food actually. Came here for a bit of food, but most importantly, I've came here today just to check out to see if the rumours are true. Now, we know what's happening to the Republic of Ireland. It's being dismantled at the minute. And anybody that's going to come in and say racism or you're racist or you're a bigot or anything like that, this town holds lots of different types of tourists. And we've always got on with all of them from all around the world. Africans, Americans, Chinese. There's a lot of sort of Chinese people here. We get on with everybody. There's lots of immigration in the north anyway, and it's fantastic. It's we're not against immigration here up north, but what we're hearing is that there is. I'm not going to name the hotel just yet, but we have been given word that this certain hotel is going to and has started to house migrants. So I'm sure there's a few places in the north here that it's already doing this. But my biggest worries for places like this, like beautiful places like Newcastle, is that it gets overrun. Because we've seen what they're doing in the Republic of Ireland in regards to Leo Varadkar and his agenda in regards to Ireland. He is actively putting people in places in little small towns, and these towns might only have 5,000 people, and he's putting like 160 people in from a completely different culture, straight off the plane. Most of them have no passports, and my biggest worry is that happening here, the little towns like this. You're not going to notice it in the big cities. As I say, I'm not against immigration. I'm not against immigration. If you're against immigration, you're thick. You don't have a clue. Every country needs immigration, good immigration. But a lot of these boyos that are coming in, that don't have, they haven't come in vetted, basically, with a good immigration like every other country has. Like Australia, there's a vetting process. No criminals, rapists, pedophiles, murderers, people that are going to harm society. Most good countries will have an immigration vetting process where, if you're totally clean, you get into the country and you can work and do whatever you want totally free. You can even get a visa. You become a citizen of that country if you're living there for a considerable period of time. But my biggest worry for little towns like this here in the north is we won't be able to stop it. We won't be able to stop it, and they'll just become completely overrun with people armed with a dangerous radical ideology. I'm seeing the videos all across the world. People are saying that they're old videos where locals are being attacked by what seems to be people armed with a dangerous ideology, that they don't have respect for the people of that country, whether that be Italy, France, Ireland, England. We don't want our, especially Ireland, we don't want Ireland to turn out like London. There's people in East London that have to move out of their own house now. Oh, I seen a video the other day where there was a wee lady. She was about 90 years of age, and she was one of the last remaining English ladies that were living there, like natives, and she had to move out because of her health. But it's complete, like London's completely unrecognizable. You can't recognize the place. You think you're in a different country. Now, this isn't coming from a racist or a bigoted standpoint, because I think everybody has a right to live. Every decent human being has a right to live. There's lots of immigration here already, and they're good people. There's a Brazilian restaurant down the road. There's another South American cuisine restaurant. There's an Italian restaurant. This isn't coming from a bigoted standpoint. We've always lived in some type of a multicultural society, but it seems now that it's different. It's not about the people that are coming in, because here right now, there's all different people of all different colors: Chinese people, black people, white people. You know, if aliens came down and wanted to have a bit of crack with us and have a couple of pints of Guinness with us, we would probably accept that too. We don't care. We're not that type of people up here. You know, we don't really judge people. But it's the ideology that's coming in. And, you know, a lot of people on the left are saying, well, you know, it's the this is for economic growth. Well, shite, it's not for economic growth. You know, if it's for economic growth, then you'd bring in people that are, that are going to benefit the economy. Like if I go to France or I go to Australia, I'm a stonemason by trade. I have to benefit that country to get in. Well, maybe not France now. France are doing the exact same thing, but we'll use Australia for an example. You have to benefit that country to get in. Maybe they've changed their policies. I don't know, but I know when I was going to go to Australia a good couple of years back, I was, there was a heavy vetting process. I couldn't just go into the country, rip up my passport, and get given a house, money, and basically live there for nothing. And these little towns in the north here will be dismantled with that type of ideology. They will be ruined with that type of ideology. And I'm not picking out the religion, because I know there's a lot of people, there's a lot of good Muslim people around the world, and but there's a certain ideology like Sharia law that just will not fit into this society. And a lot of people are going to call shite in that too, saying there's no Sharia law is not going to take over Ireland or England. Well, they're advocating for Sharia law zones in London. Now it's took about 40 years, 50 years to get this way, but regardless, you want to nip that in the bud before it even happens. So I'm going to go around. I'm going to look at these places. I'm just going to ask them questions. I'm going to say, look, um, why are you taking government money? I understand that, yes, in the off seasons, that it's a good couple of pound for housing migrants is going to help you, but in the long run, is it really going to benefit the town? Like, economically, think about this. So they're not. I'm hearing in the Republic of Ireland that they're not spending a lot of money. They don't spend a lot of money because a lot of the food and everything's supplied to them. They do get an allowance, but they don't spend a lot of money, so I don't see how it benefits them. Then after a while, a lot of the money that they get just gets sent back to their homeland. So the money's actually being shipped away. So it's not benefiting the little small towns. It's different if they came here. Like, there's a big Chinese population here. I see them all the time. Asian population, and they spend crazy. Like, they come, they eat the food, they stay in the hotels. And my biggest fear is with these little towns is that all the hotels accept the government money, and then there's not enough room for the actual tourists or the actual people who want to come here and experience the north of Ireland. You just want to experience Ireland anyway. And all the hotels are just packed out with migrants because they've taken the government money. And that will essentially lead to the ruination of the tourist trade in Ireland. And once again, I feel like I have to say this because a lot of people are calling everybody racist. This has got nothing to do with the color of somebody's skin, somebody's religion. It's the ideology, and it's the government are making certain groups of men. We're told it's women and children, but they're making certain groups of men that are coming off buses at 2 o'clock in the morning a priority for some reason. I have my theories on that. I'll make different videos on that, but I hope I hope the North doesn't go down the same way. There's talks there of Sinn Féin basically having open border policies. We really need to be thinking about the future for our children, and regardless of what political party it is, if there's any political party that has open border policies, they need to be not voted for, in my opinion. It's about the kids at the end of the day of Ireland, and they need to be protected. Their future needs to be protected. If we allow it to get ruined now, then we're not just ruining it for ourselves, we're ruining it for our children. When we're not here, what are we going to leave them? It's the same as the climate change people. They always say we need to take action now for our children's future. Well, the same logic applies when it comes to the mass immigration that's happening into these little countries like Ireland. So, yeah, It's possibly happening up here, folks. I'm hearing in big cities it's happening, but these little towns, you know, need to stamp down in this here. Peace out.